everyone. Thanks for joining. This is our our first series in crafts with friends. And today we are celebrating in our month of celebrating love in all forms. We are doing friendship crafts, and I promise we are all friends here. Um, so we'll do some intros. I'm Jannae, pronouns she, her, and I am a Twitch content producer with GeekGirlCon. Yay.
And I am Christina, and pronouns are they or she in whatever order you please. And I am part of Twitch team as well.
Hello, I am Jay Fun.
Oh,
I'm sorry. My dogs just decided to attack each other right there, so I got.
You did a skip.
They want to be introduced.
It's Julie next.
Oh, Julie. Okay.
Hi, I'm Julie, and my pronouns are she or they, and I am a friend of the con and a lover of origami.
I love that. Oh, hi, everybody. Sorry for the early jump. I do that sometimes. I am Jay Fun, and I am a content producer on the Twitch channel, and I'm also a ring master of these two amazing beasts that may appear here and there. But my pronouns are she, they, and yeah, any order. It does not matter.
What are the dogs' names?
This is Gazzy, our fierce beast. And then this little guy in his new shirt or tank top. Come here. I know.
Let more shy.
Oh my gosh.
He's Bruce.
I like his shirt.
He has to wear because he gets allergy sores. So like they have to wear t-shirts here. But yeah, I also just got them bathrobes because dog bathrobes.
That's a valid reason.
Yeah, I mean, there's one that looks like a rhino, and then I got the other one that's a lion one, and I'm really excited.
That sounds adorable.
I'll send you some.
And I think I'm last. I am Alyssa 2.0. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the manager of gaming at GeekGirlCon, and I'm going to be doing some friendship bracelets later, which is very exciting.
Yay. I forgot to ask my intro question too, which was, who is your favorite friend or character from the TV show Friends? Mine is Phoebe, because I admire how brave she is, and how she just like doesn't really care what people think, and like sings about smelly cats, and like the number of chords she knows on a guitar is the same number of chords I know on a guitar.
Yeah, I don't remember enough. And so I was going to pick her too, because I was like, well, I feel like at the time I didn't really care for her that much, but like in my memory, she seems like the most chill one. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Stinky cat. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, same caveat. So I watched that kind of in high school, and I don't know how well it aged, but my favorite character is Rachel because she's fun.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I watched that show with friends here and there, but I would have to say whenever I did watch it, it was Phoebe, 100%, because she did sing about funny cat. She had a hard time breaking up with people, and it just was such a me thing to do.
She's so nice.
She is so nice.
And it has been many years since I watched any Friends. I did not rewatch it, although my neighbors did, and you could see it on their giant TV across the alley, which was funny. But I think my favorite, no, I don't have a favorite character. I don't remember anything, but I did read an interesting Twitter thread about how Janice is an underappreciated character. And I feel like I believed it when I read it the other week. So that's my answer.
You should blow it up really big and show your neighbors across the alley.
Yeah.
Just like give them information. Yeah.
Emerald says, Phoebe does what she wants. Respect. Hashtag respect. Sorry. Got to get the hashtag.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Welcome, Hannah.
Hi. Okay, so we're going to be doing two crafts today. Julie is going to lead us first through an origami crane envelope, and then Alyssa 2.0 is we're gonna do some friendship bracelets. So yay, very excited. Julie, do you want to kick us off with the origami?
Yes, absolutely. So hi, I'm going to be teaching this origami crane envelope today. This is designed by Minako Ishibashi. And this is a variation of the Japanese crane, which I'm sure we all know and love. It symbolizes peace, love, hope, and it's also a really common gift between friends. When it's given as a gift, it's considered a good luck charm.
Ooh.
So we're going to be folding a variation today. It's big enough to put a little card in here or an invitation or a love letter, whatever you want. And then it just tucks back inside like that. Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah.
I like the gold on the inside on that one. That paper is nice.
So paper, this is red and gold paper on each side. We do recommend a duo paper, different color on each side for this project, but it's also fine and will look beautiful if you have just one color. This is made from 10-inch paper, so it coming out about this size. And this little guy, I made from 6-inch paper. So if you have a little tiny note, 6-inch paper is the way to go. I'm gonna be folding with 6-inch paper today. You can use whatever you want. Origami is really cool because you can use anything you have around, like magazines or sheet music, wrapping paper, even printer paper. Go nuts. Everyone has some kind of paper, right? You just find a book you don't love anymore.
Didn't age well, so you just rip out the pages. Yeah, that'll show them.
We have some of those.
Emerald was wondering if that's the same designer as last time, the same origami designer as last time. No, different. Okay.
Different person.
Okay.
And actually, this one, I don't know any of his other models. I should look him up. Let's get started.
Yay.
My hand cam. Y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this paper is white on the back, and white is going to be the color of the crane, and the pink is going to be the color of the envelope. So I'm going to call this the white side and the colored side. So we want to start with the white side up to the crane color, and we are going to make 2 diagonal lines from corner to corner. So we can start just by lining up the top corners and giving it a good crease out to both edges.
It's going to form kind of an X, right, in the center when we're done.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Oh, figuring out where to crease is always my thing.
Yes, that's a big deal in origami.
It is, isn't it? It seems that way.
So rotate 90 degrees and same thing, corner to corner. And push it out to the edges.
Maybe I should have worked with my, I had the actual origami paper and then got larger sizes so that I could do it, but it is nice how the origami paper is very foldable.
Yeah.
Versus this.
Scrapbook paper is going to be
It'll work.
Yeah.
fun.
Had to cut printer paper. So sorry if you heard scissors just there. I swear I wasn't doing.
That also works, yeah. You can kind of do a little bit of watercolor on one side if you want.
Oh, that's a really good.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be
Pretty
nice.
idea.
A craft within a craft.
I like it.
Double
Paint
graphic.
picture.
All right, we're gonna fold a few of our corners into the center. So pick up one side and line that little corner up right in the center where your lines meet.
Okay.
Fold the corner and then push it out to the sides. I want that to be a good crease, so just put your thumbnail over it a little bit.
Okay.
And opposite side, same thing. We're just going to bring it in right to that center. And then squish out our creases to the side. How are we doing?
Good.
Good. Good.
All right. So
Feeling
now,
confident.
nice confidence.
Yeah.
We are going to bring up this bottom corner to the center also, but for this one, we have a slightly different alignment. What we need to make sure of is that we have perfectly lined up lower corners here. So I don't want a gap and I don't want an overlap. Make sure that goes right to the corner. That's what's going to give you nice straight lines on your crane. Okay. And then on the other side, right to that corner, like that, and then flatten it in the middle. I almost got it.
About that perfectly aligned thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I am no longer feeling confident.
Same.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It will still turn out and it will be great.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
We folded
good.
paper. And if you look at it, we kind of made an envelope, so that counts. Jannae.
Yeah.
True, right. Yeah. We can say this is the easy mode envelope that we just made, and then we're going to do the hard mode next.
Excellent work. All right, let's open the bottom again.
Okay.
And we're going to take the outer edges where our fold is and line them up to the center. When we do this, we're going to have this little triangle underneath start to kind of want to escape. So we're going to put our finger right on the triangle to keep it pinned down. And then take our edge and start lining it up at the center. And then we can slip our finger out.
Oh.
Make sure that goes right along that center line. And then give it a crease. And again, you want it to be a pretty nice crease. So make an extra pass with your thumbnail.
Really appreciate the tips on top of just like where to fold.
Yeah.
Me too.
I feel like there's like origami I've attempted before that I'm like, I should try that again. Tips.
Well, I'm always here if you need help.
Thank you.
Tips make crafts.
Hannah Cone says, this is where I'd grab a new sheet and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's relatable. I understand.
Same thing, other side. Hold that down, and we're just going to roll that into the middle. And when you're folding from a workshop, a lot of times it might not be your best folding work. You're going to have to like make a few things a little quickly, stay up, and that is completely fine. And you can go back and watch the stream and fold it as many times as you like and get it perfect. So don't stress out about it at all. This is normal.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's just good general life advice. Don't
Yeah.
stress out about it.
This is for fun.
Yeah.
You're doing this for fun.
I love doing this.
I'm having so much fun.
This is the best with friends.
Yeah.
So I'm just marking a crease on here. This is the center crease that we made earlier. I'm going to be referencing that. So I just drew it in. I know the creases are a little bit hard to see. So we're going to make another crease below that. And to do that, we're going to take the very bottom corner and we're going to align it with the bottom of the top diamond here. So just make sure you kind of don't let these bunch up. It's folding through a lot of layers, so it might want to be a little bit of a jerk and make a bump. Kind of feel it out. Depending on what kind of paper you have, some papers are more cooperative than others.
I did the thing where I turned it upside down while I was creasing, and now I'm lost. The part with the crease is at the bottom, right? Where we like creased this part up.
This is the center, and we're adding a crease below it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, good question. So this is our first crease. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but you can do it. We are going to be folding a crease through this square that we made. This is the second crease that we just added. And we're going to be folding a diagonal crease this way through only the top. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take this folded edge on the inside and line it up with the center crease. And it's going to be a little bit awkward because it'll have to stay open while you do this, and you'll see what I mean. So lift this and align the center fold with the other center fold. I guess they could both be called that. And then crease it inside. And when you do this, this is going to be standing straight up, but that's fine. And inside you'll get a little triangle of the color, and that should come to a nice point pretty close to where the bottom of that square is.
Interesting.
Whoop. Like so.
So, okay, so yeah, there's kind of a two squares that are formed, and this is that's the top square up there of the two squares. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll have the same distance here also before you get down to your little diamond.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Same thing, new side. We're going to take this fold and align it with the center crease.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so once you do it, you undo, like you're just making the crease, but then you undo it to do the other one.
Yes.
Okay. I gotcha.
You can kind of stick your thumb or finger inside to get all the way to the base. Give that a good crease.
Interesting. Oh, I'm not sure how that one turned out. Well, that's fine.
All right.
Fine.
And now we can open both of those creases we made at the same time
Okay.
and start to flatten them to the sides, which will make the bottom of your paper come up. And we want to let it come all the way up.
Oh.
What happened? Don't be like Julie. All right.
Yeah.
All the way up so that our corners meet again. Like
Oh
that.
no. Mine don't quite meet.
It's okay.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
crane is going to be a little bit crooked, but you know, cranes are biological life forms and they have many variations.
Love that.
Do a
Yeah.
self-calming like meditation class. You're amazing. Like for his whole self-care weekend, just have you teaching us origami and breathing.
Breathe in.
Hold.
You'll have this nice thing that looks like a diamond with one side cut off, like a faceted diamond.
Okay.
Do we have faceted diamonds?
Yeah.
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 Very well said.
Oh, this is not a good paper pattern. It's very, I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, because it
Very
confuses. Is it
The
confusing your
line.
eye?
Yeah.
It is hard to see creases on patterned paper.
Yeah,
That
makes
too.
sense.
This
Whoops.
is an issue.
Whoops.
Just wanted to use the flowers.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make 2 more creases in just the top layers. And so now we have our square. There's a square right here,
Mhm.
same size.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be creasing this direction through it, which is gonna be
Oh.
directly above the other crease we just made. And you do not wanna crease past this. So
Okay.
when we pick this up, we can put our fingers right here to brace it. When we pick this up and bring it down. And when you do that, you will see that you have your whole point of colored paper on this side.
Mhm.
And you can see the crease that we made earlier underneath. But we're not going to flatten this. Just leave it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Having the lines is very helpful.
Yeah. It's so hard to see the creases, unfortunately. All right, same thing, new side. Brace it here. Open it up. And make sure that your paper is not like trying to escape. Should be lined up right where it sits.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, but only creasing that bottom part.
That one's a little bit
Um,
harder.
Okay.
Okay, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Do we have flappy wings?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah. I know how to make a crane and I feel like I'm like, is this I feel like I'm previewing things, but I think I'm making it up as like in my head. I'm like, this seems familiar. But I think it's just that all origami folds feel vaguely familiar.
We are going to do the crane and you will know.
Okay.
So these 2 points on the outside, we are going to make these kiss. Learned about kissing in the last one.
yeah.
They're going to do a friend kiss. So they're going to come together and down like this,
Okay.
both at the same time, and you'll have some loose paper on top.
Mhm.
That looks like a heart.
Yeah, on the screen it does look like a heart.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Aww. So cute.
So we're going to flatten our hearts.
Oh, stomp on our hearts. Yeah.
So make sure these 2 points stay pinched together at the bottom. Take one of your fingers into your heart and gently flatten it all the way to the base, keeping it centered. And then your new point is going to come down to meet right where your other 2 points are, right here, because there's all 3 friends of them. They're all friends.
Yay.
So 2 kiss to make 3.
Yes, that's science.
Interesting.
That math makes complete sense.
And after you flatten this, it's going to also have a diamond shape, just like your diamond up here.
Oh. Okay.
Hannah, don't just ghost the heart. That does not sound like a Phoebe move.
Phoebe would never.
Would
Is it the Rachel move?
Which one was Rachel? That was
Uh,
Jennifer Aniston, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I can picture ghosting someone for sure. Yeah.
They use the term ghosting then? I feel like no.
I don't think so. I think that is not from that era.
It definitely is not from the 90s because I would have been really bad at ghosting people. I think it became a thing later on because people were ghosting so much in the 90s.
that would make sense for the show too. I think they're all kind of chronic liars.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So
Yeah.
these 3 points that we have down here are going to be our wing and our head and our tail,
Oh.
which as you can
Okay.
see need to be narrower. So we're going to do a series of narrowing steps now.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is take these raw edges on this side and fold them up to the center line. And it's going to want to come apart a little bit, but you just try and pinch those together and see if you can get both of them to kind of end in a point right at the bottom. And we're going to get a chance to fix this if it's not perfect. So don't stress out if your layers are a little bit separated, as are mine.
Okay.
But we're going to bring this all the way to the center line. And this is the part that is like a crane. We're going to be making a tiny little crane right here.
Okay.
And we're going to reverse this. So take your thumbnail and just give this like a really good crease so that you'll know exactly where it is when we go to reverse it. You can open that side and we're going to do the same thing to this side. Bring it all the way into the center line, top to bottom, and give it a really good crease. Good.
Mm. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's coming together.
Something is happening over here and there's things being folded. So I'm proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
fair.
like you're doing it.
Yeah.
We will get another chance to make these pointy, so don't stress out. All right, so we have these 2 wing things that we made on the outside. They're not actually. We want these to be inside the diamond instead of outside the diamond. Here's how we do that. We're going to open our diamond a little bit like this.
Okay.
We are going to take these creases that we made and make them go in. And I can kind of do that by finding the crease gently and rolling it to the inside, all the way down. And if you do this correctly, the edge of your paper should now line up with the center of the inside of the diamond. And it will be hidden like this.
Oh, okay. I'm lost.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go through that one more time?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And Taryn, I promise I'll show you my progress once I figure this part out.
All right, so we have this fold right here.
Okay. Yeah, right. Got that.
And inside we have a fold here and
Mm,
here, right? You can kind of see it through.
yeah.
Along that same fold, we want that to be coming the other direction. So we're going to try to close that flap to the inside. And
Ah,
to do this, we'll have to trace our fold, our crease, all the way to where the center fold is. And that'll make kind of a point right here.
okay.
All
Okay.
those.
Yeah. Okay. That's where I'm at.
Nice. Yeah, you did it.
Cool. Yay.
Awesome. Very good. And let's do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to open this up so we can see our entire crease and start to gently find that crease and reverse its direction up top. And here. And if we do this correctly, we will have both parts of this kind of lined up to the center. And it can close back down with those corners hidden. And once we do that, we can gently push it open, which will make a new crease through it. And it will look like this. Just wanted to show you what it will look like when we're done. My creases didn't quite match up at the center, but that's okay.
Okay. Oh god, me too.
Yeah, this is true.
Do the jump. If you are seriously doing a sandpaper origami, I think that's going to mean I'm going to have to bring your art on stream in a little bit here. If you somehow accomplish that.
That's going to mean he's going to have the softest hands tonight.
Yeah, right. It's very exfoliating.
It is.
Okay.
Very good. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I will continue to try to lift up to show where I'm at, just to, so we have some things we can see where we're at.
And we are going to open that by very gently finding the place where it likes to lay flat, and that'll create a new crease right behind here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's narrow the head and tail one more time. We're going to take this outside crease of our white diamond and line it up with the center. This is your chance to make your head and tail really pointy in case you're not lined up down here. You have another chance. So we're just going to roll this crease over and carefully bring it down to a nice point.
Okay. Okay.
And all the way up, and that's going to come across. It ends right here at the top. Show where the crease is. All the way inside.
Kind of has like a oh yeah, okay, like a diagonal top. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And other side. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Now that have it create some depth there, and then gently roll it over such that it ends in a nice point down here, more or less.
I'm feeling like this is the point where the sandpaper origami would not go well.
Maybe I can use it to like file my nails.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Okay.
We have narrow on one side and less narrow on the other side diamonds. Excellent.
Yes.
Christina, perfect.
Yes.
Very nice, Jannae.
Yay. Good, good, good.
All right. Let's fold up our head and tail.
Okay.
So we are going to have a crease that goes from this outside corner to about here, a little
Okay.
here. And we're going to find that by folding this folded edge along with this folded edge. I'll just show you.
Okay.
It's a leggy. We've got another leg. All right.
Leggy.
Like, sorry, little leg of the, because we had the legs last time. We were talking about the legs. All right.
This is head and tail.
Okay.
If you want to make legs, go right ahead.
My crane is all legs. All right.
A little bit tricky. We want to kind of pull it up and we want to find the point where it meets here and we want to find the highest point it can get to on this side.
Ah, okay.
If you play this along this edge and kind of push it up in both those places gently, you can kind of find where that is.
Okay.
It ended up being right through here. And then I just got this outside edge lined up the side, with a little bit of paper exposed here. And it comes up as high as it can on the inside.
Interesting.
Once I get that, I'm going to give it a good crease. Is it just slightly out of focus?
Not sure if it's the brightness or if it's a little out of focus but it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think it was a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little better.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay. Cool. All right, and the other side, we are going to make that same crease. Bring this edge up against the side of the envelope, finding where this resolves to one point, and coming up as close to the center as we can on this side. And it should meet at about the same point. If it doesn't meet at the same point, fiddle with one of your folds until it does.
Okay.
This one's a little wiggly.
Trying to figure out where the head and the tail were going to come from, and then I remembered that there was some sneaky white pieces on the bottom that I didn't notice.
Yeah, very good. The problem is our head and tail are inside the crane, and we need it to be outside. Or inside the envelope. Very good. That looks great. Good job.
Ooh.
So to do this, we are going to do a reverse fold just the same way we would do if we wanted to raise the head and tail on a normal crane. So we can take one side of our crane and gently lift it up to the other side like this. So now it's kind of a folded crane. And then we're going to pick up the edge and put it back along that crease that we had before.
Ooh.
And we're going to align the crane, but make sure you get your envelope part aligned first. You want to make sure that this is folded all the way up to the head. Just kind of push it up as far as it goes, because we are going to rotate the head down like this. And we want that to be sitting on the edge. You don't want your head to be like coming out here. You want to make sure this is pushed all the way up and then just bring the head down. And when you do this, your wing is going to start to come back in like this, and that's good. We want to fold both of them away from the center. So this comes down and out, and this comes down and out.
Okay.
And then we're going to just gently resolve this lower edge, because sometimes it'll bunch right here and look really weird, but you just kind of are nice to it and give it a little love.
So this is, okay.
I will do this again.
Yeah, thank you.
This is tricky.
Yeah.
So we've got our pre-crease right here.
Yeah.
Really nice heavy crease. I am going to open the crane like a door
Mhm.
all the way over to this side. Bring my whole crease back up on the pre-crease. And when I do this, the crane's gonna stand up. These two edges are gonna stand straight up. That is fine. But I wanna make sure that I'm using my, the pre-crease we made here, and I wanna make sure that my two edges are lined up on this side as well.
Mm.
Here and here. And if we push this edge right up to where the crane's neck is, then we can bring our edges of our crane down and away from the center of the crane. So we push the neck down this way, and the wing comes down this way.
Mm.
It's kind of just turning this kind of inside out. Bringing this up inside and then pushing this back down over the top.
Yeah, that one's like a little bit of a mind bender, kind of the inverting that happens there. I think I did it. It's not super pretty, but it'll do.
Yeah, and I see what you mean about the corner needing to
Yeah,
be a little bit gentle.
going through several layers of paper here.
Yeah.
Oh, great job, Christina.
Oh, good.
So if your crane looks kind of like this, and your neck is coming out kind of the middle of the wing, you have pushed your neck up towards the crane. You want to push the neck down away from the crane so that our neck comes out nicely from this bottom.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other side, I'm gonna lift the crane up, close it over to here. And then we're gonna bring this flap up on the pre-crease we made earlier. Make sure that the edges are lined up on the outside and that this crease is right where we pre-creased it. Push all this envelope part down. We want that to stay right where it is. And then just bring just the neck of the crane. There's two necks now. Away from the center. Wing opens. And then we resolve this little U to lay flat like so.
Ooh. It's coming together.
Looking like a little crane friend.
We are almost in Crane Town. We just have two tails right now.
Yeah.
Or two necks.
Mm.
Make sure.
Or legs.
Yeah, or legs.
Yes, okay. If we want legs, we can leave them down and put little feet on them.
yeah, true. Right.
All right, so pick your favorite neck. I picked this neck.
We're just gonna pick the same one.
Okay.
I'm left-handed, so I'll be contrary and pick the other one.
Love it.
Awesome. And we are going to make a little head fold. This is entirely subjective. Your head can have any kind of, or your crane can have whatever kind of head you want. But the way I like to do it is to fold this so that it comes straight down. And I will show you how we do the folds because it's the same process we did before. We are going to open our neck, which means bringing it up vertically again. And then we're going to fold down the paper next to it. So this is standing straight up now. And then we always move things away from the center of the crane. So the neck's going to push back down this way and the head's going to push down forward and away from the center of the crane, like this.
Oh.
If you want a really deep headset on your crane, you could move it down more like this. Maybe not quite that far, but sometimes it's really pretty. have kind of a
Hmm.
wherever. Choose your own head adventure. What's up, Christina?
Oh, I'm starting to think I should have picked the other corner because this one had a bit of a derpy corner and not as sharp of a. This one, you know what this is? Did you say this is sort of the head?
Yeah.
This one is the head. So we're gonna say that this is a pelican and not a crane on mine. Because it has like a little swoop instead where I don't know if it'll show up, but like it's got like a little swoop here. So we're gonna call it a pelican.
Yeah.
I feel like oh sorry.
So you might have your head kind of escaped. It might have escaped from you, maybe down.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If you want, you can just like gently poke it until it's sharp again, like this. This is the scientific method we call
poking. Okay. Yeah, poke it. Okay. And sort of like maybe crease it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My strategy when I make cranes is that whichever one feels like it's a little bit more mangled is the one I make the head into, because then I'm like, I can massage it and no one will notice.
I do that too.
Yeah, I leave the pointy end as the tail.
The tail's so pointy. I don't want to mess with it. I might mess it up, right?
Exactly.
And once you have your head, there's just one more step left for the envelope, and that is closing it. To do this, we are going to insert the tip into a little pocket that is in between the wing and the body. Right here.
Ooh, hidden pockets.
Like a dress with pockets.
Oh my gosh, the elusive dress with pockets.
So we're just gonna slip your point right in there, and when you do, you will see that the edges of the top part should pretty much line up with your head and tail. If you did all your right angles correctly, if not, just fake it. And then
Making it all day.
so like it's poking out on this side, so I might kind of adjust it a little bit this way. Try and get those edges lined up, and then once I'm happy with it, I'm going to push it down in the center of the top and then out to the sides, and also carefully so that we don't make our layers upset at us.
Nice.
And we can put a little item in here if we want, maybe a little candy.
Or a friendship bracelet?
There you go.
Ooh.
Ready? I'm doing it.
I'm going to show you a quick variation just to show how flexible origami is.
What?
This is the same stuff for the
Wow.
frame, but it's just folded into a heart shape instead of an envelope shape.
Oh my gosh.
And this one,
Whoa.
like, what happens if you do it on all four corners, and it makes this little tray.
Oh dang. That's cool. Make a little box, little tray.
To hold your friendship bracelets. Like get it in an envelope. Oh my goodness. Wait.
Oh,
Make a
Hers was
small
not
one
the
now.
greatest.
so I got lost way, way, way before. And so I just made a mountain range with like a cute standing mountain range.
Cool.
Creative interpretation. You're adding your own style.
I watched everything. I just don't know at one point, I think because it's printer paper and I didn't cut it right, that like, yeah. It was not your teaching, I swear. Your teaching was on point.
That
It
is
was
also
interesting.
trickier because the color contrast is really helpful.
Oh yeah, I did get lost in the white, like, and to more white.
Yeah, you are in hard mode. Oh, beautiful, Christina.
Yay.
Yay, let's
The
try
head
it.
still kind of squished the head
There
in
we
order to make
go.
it work, but I'm cool with that for a first try.
Awesome.
Yang. That looks
Yeah.
great.
Good.
This paper is like definitely marginally too thick, but
Yeah, mine is printer paper with a different color so that I could get the square. The origami paper I tried, playing with, and that definitely folds easier, but this was bigger. So I thought that would be better for the really small, finicky things. Yay. Thank
Yay,
you. That's so
thank
cool.
you.
That was
Yeah.
super
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
Thank you.
I love that.
With me, and I would love to see all your cranes and mountain ranges and whatever else you have created.
I really did try to make a crane, I swear.
You know, it's open to interpretation.
Oh, that's funny. You're such a good person.
With me.
Thanks for teaching us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay. Okay. And now it's Crafts 2.0.
Oh, that's
with
me.
2.0.
That's exciting. Oh, I'm very pleased. Cool. I'm going to switch my camera if I'm good. It looks like I am on stream. I'm gonna not turn off my camera so our producer doesn't hate me, because this is a friendship stream and I want my friends to like me.
Well, if our producer has to come and punish you, she's gonna have to turn on her camera for it. So
Yeah.
That will just mess everything up.
I know. Yeah.
Zoom, everybody. Zoom is a wild ride. All right, welcome everyone. I've never taught anything on stream before. This is what I just made, but I put my friendship bracelet in here, so we're taking it out. So we're gonna do 2 types of friendship bracelets that only require 1 knot to learn. So it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna start with this like swirly one. How's that? You can see that on stream, it looks like. And then we're going to make this stripy one. And again, it's 1 knot. You only have to learn 1 knot. I guess maybe 2 if you count like this thing at the top.
Same knot for both?
It's the same knot for both. It's 1 knot. I'm very excited.
Mind blown.
Very exciting and fun and soothing. I realized I was making these like practice ones, and I realized this is very soothing for me. It's like a nice mental health break, essentially. So I recommend doing 3 colors if you've got it. If not, we're just going to cut like 3 of the length of thread. So if you've got like 2 blues and a white, that's totally fine. And for this one, this like swirly laddery one, I don't know what to call it. If anyone has names for these, please chime in. I'm gonna do, you can't see me, I just realized, but I'm doing like this, for my embroidery thread, I'm gonna do about an arm's length for each color. So if someone else on video wants to demonstrate, there we go, Jen's doing it. So pull it like as long as your fingers go, if you stretch them out into a big old stretch, if you've been sitting in a chair too long like me today, and then cut it. And then you can just measure the other 2 to the same length. And I am gonna do classic GGC colors to be on theme. This bracelet that you can see is my middle school colors. I realized after I did it, and also some flag, I can't remember.
Sweden
colors.
I love how you just knew that.
I've been watching a lot of the Olympics lately.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I know. I was this other one that we're going to make later, I was telling everyone earlier, I used a rainbow thread, but it was mostly showing up with the green and the red part of the rainbow. So it got really Christmassy if you celebrate Christmas for a bit. But then the purple showed up, so it was fine. But I also said it could be Italy. So.
Or Mexico? I think they have the same color.
Mexico does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. I'm very bad at flags.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
I barely remember names. I'm not going to remember flags.
Totally fair.
Let's see.
All right.
Colors
We can
is
just
the
tape
most
it down, yeah?
Definitely, I'm going to forget that my hands are supposed to be on camera. So please, if anyone notices that it's going wildly, terribly, please let me know.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm trying my best.
You're doing great.
Thank you. This is such a lovely friendship stream.
Yeah.
I really like the theme of all of February, that it's love in all sorts of forms for Twitch. I'm excited about it.
Where is y'all's favorite place to go with your friends? Like outdoorsy. I mean, it could be a bar outdoors. That counts.
if
So
times
just
are
like
if
outside
times
of
are
your
right.
house.
Yeah. I like to go to parks, but I I don't know, wherever, I have fun with everybody wherever we go, but it can be nice to just go on like a chill stroll. But it can be good to go out to like a bar or whatever too.
A picnic.
Yarn would totally work if you've got it. It might be a little bit harder to like do the tension, but you can figure it out. It'll be great. I believe in you. That is to say, I haven't tried it, but I trust you. Does everyone have 3 long lengths of thread?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to just slowly proceed, but this is easy to catch up. So now what you want to do is sort of like line them all up, like, there we go, like this. So they're all like at the same edge-ish and all in a line. Here we go. It would be easier to drive once I tape this down to the table. So you want to line up all 6 ends if you were to fold it in half, essentially. So, my thread, you can kind of see, is folded in half.
So if I get to the end, I already like taped my ends down on one side. If I get to the end and these aren't the same length, can I just like cheat and trim an end on one of them?
You absolutely can.
Heck yeah, I love it.
Yeah, totally. So my recommendation is to fold in half because now you've got 6 strings of your 3.
Okay.
And you can make a little loop, which makes it easier to tie it on to your friend forever. So I just do like a little, I don't know what it's called, but like a little loopy knot, like you are tying a shoe, like you go over and then bring that loop through and tie it into a knot of some kind of fashion.
Oh, I think I accidentally already made a knot in one of my threads somehow.
You're like ahead of the game.
Yeah, not exactly, but I'll take it, sure.
Well,
Emerald also asks, what other crafts do you all like to do with a friend or friends? But you can answer that after we
no, that's okay. Let me know when people have a loop, and I will answer Emerald. I haven't done this yet, but I keep buying these like sets of 2 crochet kits that are like woobles. I'm obsessed with woobles. I've talked about them on stream before. This is a wooble.
Oh my god.
He's a penguin.
And
I keep buying them these sets of 2 that are like, okay, there was like a holiday one that was like a little snow, polar bear and like reindeer. And then there's a Valentine's Day one I bought that's like another bird, but it has a heart in the middle. And technically they're like, you can make these with a friend, and I just keep making both. But I think they'd make a really good friendship craft.
That's so cute.
Awesome. I want to learn to knit.
I could teach you to knit.
Really?
Yeah. I love knitting.
Yeah, it sounds like we need a knitting craft stream because I've always been curious about knitting, but I've been way too scared to start on my own. So let's please Jenn lead us or someone.
I'm left-handed, so it's all backwards. So it's like
it'd be perfect for me. For once, I would be ahead of the class instead of behind everybody else.
The lefties will get that.
Yeah, usually I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing because everyone else is like doing it reverse.
Exactly.
All right, whenever it has a loop. How do we
do the loop part? It's just tie it.
It's just like a knot, like one of these, put it around your finger and pull the loop through. Just anything to like group it together. All right, and then tape it down if you want to. Another suggestion I gave to like these folks as we were prepping was you could do the summer camp style, which is put it on a safety pin and put it to your jeans. I'm gonna tape it so that y'all can see. But what I used to do before the panini was put it in my mouth and just tie upside down. Not going to do that anymore because I'm an adult. But I'm sorry to all my camp friends. Probably got my germs as a result. No longer feels sanitary. But yeah, the other strategy is like putting a pin and attaching the pin to something else, or this is just some craft tape that I got with a macrame kit. I buy a lot of craft kits, y'all. It's my hobby.
So we need a crafting happy hour.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
You're gonna laugh, but I had totally tangled all my threads in the process. But if you want to go, you can still go ahead. Okay, cool. I have to untangle my.
Look, Christina, it's the same knot, so I'll just reteach it a bunch of times. Okay, so what we're gonna do is pick the first color that you want. I'll just show this one again. Pick the first color that you want to have at the top and pull one of those colors out. So I'm going to start with blue because that's my favorite color. Everyone's sort of situated. Cool. So you pull it to the left. This is left, right? I think this might be backwards, but anyways, left. And then pull it, like kind of hold it down at a diagonal just to learn the knot. And then pull it over top of the strings in the rest of the string so it makes like a number 4. That makes sense. And then bring it under the colored strings and through the loop. And the key to make the like curvy thing is to always make sure you're making the 4 in the same direction. But we'll do it a bunch more times. So once you've got it through the loop, you want to pull up on the string, like to the opposite diagonal, sort of gently, like until you figure out the tension, and just until it meets like a resistance. That's my hand. Let me put this up a little high, but it will move down. And then does everyone do a knot? Has anyone done a knot? Because I'm just going to do the same thing over and over again. You create take the same color string, create a 4 by making a diagonal, holding it down, and pulling it over, and then put it underneath. And eventually you get a little faster and you don't need to make the 4. And then again, you just pull up just until you meet like some resistance.
So you make
this
the
knot
4, you go over, you go under and through,
the
or
loop.
yeah, okay,
Through the
okay.
loop. Yeah, sorry. Through the loop. I said this in chat, but the last time I feel like I tried to teach anybody things was origami in middle school, and it didn't go well. So, Julie is very talented, but I feel like friendship bracelets I can pull off.
Did you say then you take the same one? I'm a step behind because I had to untangle
no,
at the beginning.
So you use the same string, and you
Okay.
can do, I usually ballpark like 15 of these knots, but essentially you can do it until the length that looks good to you. So 15 is like a good spot to start, but I'm also bad at counting. So this is why knitting, I like knitting and crocheting, but I rely on stitch markers a lot. And I recount my stitches a lot.
So the knot kind of goes around it just because you keep tying it with the same string?
Yeah, it's sort of, because you keep tying it with the same string, it kind of does this like staircase down, essentially. And eventually you kind of might feel like your knot is going all the way around. You are totally okay to like put it under again and start the 4. As long as you're making the 4 in the same direction, it will continue. Well, I didn't make a 4. There we go. It will continue to curve around. How's it going for everybody?
Pretty
We
good.
shall see.
Having flashbacks of being a summer camp counselor. I can't see what you're doing, so you got to tell me if you need some assistance.
I have no idea. I think I'm doing the thing you told me, but I've like, it looks a little weird up at the top, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it
it'll be
sometimes takes a
fine.
little bit to get into a groove. And a key thing is like I have these memories of doing this when I was like younger and going too fast. And if you pull too tight, it kind of flips your knot. So a key thing, which just takes practice, but the cool thing about friendship bracelets is even if you like accidentally flip it out so you can see all the colors, it still looks cool. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, there's like a little bit of a tension learning thing. Is anyone making stuff in chat? How's chat doing?
I see like the helix almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably a little bit hard to see, but mine has started curving all the way under. So just to make it easier for the tension, because the knots have kind of started doing a little loop, I'm going to pull it over. And as long as you make the 4 in the same direction, you're golden.
Okay.
If you make the 4 in the other direction consistently, it will just curve the other way.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing it in the other direction because it's easier because I'm left-handed.
Yeah, but if you make a left-handed 4,
I didn't think to do that.
I was doing it the other way at first, and I was like, my brain cannot, this is backwards. And so I had to switch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make more mountain ranges. It just didn't seem right.
I love your mountain range though. It was so good.
I will sign it and give it to Christina to give to you.
So good. So that, like I said, this is very like meditative or something, because you just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
This would be good to listen to a book and do this too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or like once you get okay at it, you can watch a show and do it too.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
I bet you're really good at knitting and crocheting, especially with the little stuff, because a lot of these knots I feel like could be used. I just like to knit. I don't follow the pattern. I don't count. I just know. I don't like that sounds so snotty. I just know. I just know for me what I'm okay with doing.
Totally.
But yeah, I definitely tried to like knit a baby blanket for a friend at work one time, and it was supposed to be a circle, and it could look more like a handkerchief, like a big handkerchief.
Do the jump. There is nothing wrong with doing this with paracord. And if you do it with paracord, then you have like paracord bracelet, and you can just use it in an emergency.
Yeah. We made paracord belts one time, and that was actually pretty cool.
Oh,
Nice. I've done like
it's a similar process, really.
I've done a paracord one with a buckle attached, so that you could just wear it as a bracelet, and then if you were like camping or hiking or whatever and in need of rope, you just take it apart.
Nice.
Super handy.
Paracord?
Pardon?
I don't know paracord.
Julie, you secretly do, because you gave me a paracord bracelet once that you got from, I don't remember where you got it from, but you gave it to me. It was the one that it's like a thick cord, and it was like orange and black, and it was braided. It's like it's sort of braided together. Once you see it, you'll see a picture and you'll probably know exactly.
Didn't I get it at like a con?
It was, I think maybe you got it from a con.
Okay.
But see, you remember though.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah, it's like this thick kind of, I guess for anyone else, it's like this thicker plastic. I think it's parachute rope, right? Is that why it's called paracord? I don't know. But it's like more industrial, like you might be able to use it if you were out and needed to make like a shelter with your tarp, or it's just a little bit thicker of a rope, but not too thick, but pretty strong, I think is my understanding.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. I'm going to switch colors. Y'all can switch whenever you want, but the cool thing about this is you kind of can just make it up as you go, as long as none of the strings get too short for the wrist you want to tie it around. So I'm going to switch to yellow. I stopped counting, to be honest. I was like, maybe I'll do 15. And then I was like, this looks like enough. And you can always like fold your bracelet back up to be like, are these about the same? They are. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
So you don't have to follow a number. And you can just sort of get creative with it. I'm going to switch to yellow because that's what I grabbed. So basically, to switch colors, you just pick the next color that you want to use out of your pile and pull your like one you've just been using, put it back in the cluster, and then pull your next one out to the left or right if you are doing left-handed fours. Christina, you could switch if you wanted, and it would just be like the other way.
Cool. Let me see. Yeah, I'll try it.
See what happens. But for right-handed folks, or people who will remember the number 4 done this way, you do the same thing. So you pull the new color out at a diagonal, hold it down, pull it over, and bring it through the loop. And again, this is a good spot to like think a little bit about pulling so it's till it meets resistance, but not too tight, because it'll you're switching colors, so you're like starting a new helix.
Oh.
Why does this already feel so short? I thought it was the same length. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we'll see how it is at the end. Yeah.
My other strategy is to like just pick the. We'll see later. Like once you get to, you can kind of I can show at the end. So like these are all lined up, but you can see my blue one is shorter because I've used a bunch of it. So if I wanted to use blue again, I would use later, which I will. I'll use the longer of the 2 blue just to try and keep it like even.
Oh.
There's a short blue that we were using, and this is the long blue that we were not. Some people like to do like as you get further, like you can make. I like to just do the spirals, but some people will like tie a knot with all the colors, so you see all the colors again, just like one of these around your finger knots. I don't know what this is called, but
Magic glue.
Magic glue.
Well,
not quite a magic glue.
Oh, okay.
But but just a knot. Like you can just tie a little knot of something. This. Make like a cluster of colors if that's like a style you like. I should have used the end. But yeah, so then you just proceed with the next color and keep creating those fours. And then you can kind of like, this is where like the creativity piece of this one that's fairly simple with just one knot and doing the same thing over and over again comes in. You just sort of like make it as long or as short of a spiral as you want. Or if you like consistency, you count. I like about the number 15 when I'm doing mine. But again, like I said, I can't talk and count at the same time. I don't think there are any friendship bracelet pitfalls. Pulling too hard, it can often like mess up the knot style you're looking for, Emerald. But you can always untie it and fix it. So I wonder if I could intentionally pull too hard.
Mess it up on purpose.
I'm trying, it's not working.
You're
Like
just too
essentially
good.
what will happen is if you do that, like this part will stick out, like as it'll accidentally bunch it out. Like kind of like a little bulb of that would stick out. But again, I think like if you've picked your colors to go together, it looks nice anyways.
Emerald now asks, how many friendship bracelets is too many to wear? Asking for a friend.
Not too many. When I like used to work in the summer as like a counselor person, I also worked on weekends at a pizza place. And I remember having to take my friendship bracelets off for the first time, like in high school. And I was really bummed about it because it was not like food safe to have them on my wrist while dealing with flour.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And like my method is to tie them on, but there's different methods you can find on YouTube and stuff to like attach a button that fits through your loop so you can take them on and off. You so choose. I've also seen people instead of doing the loop and tying it at the end of the process, they like what do? They like do braids at each end of like just a braid of all of the threads, and that makes it, you can use that and tie that together, and then that's a little bit easier to untie.
Cool.
I feel like people are making progress now. Oh, too many bracelets is one for each friend and some in case you make new friends.
That's a good point. You never know. Strangers
probably-
are just friends you haven't made yet.
I'm kind of motoring, so I'm going to switch to red now. But feel free to, does anyone just let me know if you need help switching at any point, and I can redo it. But all you do, just to review, is grab the next color you want to use out of the cluster, bring your color you were just using back into the cluster, and tie your 4 knot. Again, I'm sure this is a real name for a knot that I don't know, but I call it a 4 knot, over and through. And you can kind of see like here, I don't know how close it's getting, but it's probably a little shadowy. There's the red knot I just tied, like you can see some blue peeking through, which is from the cluster. You can sort of tighten it up to the top if you're feeling precise with a nail. But again, I don't know. I like to keep it casual when I make these. Not very much of a precise person with anything, so because why crochet is really hard. And knitting, you got to get that tension right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started another one just because I figured the last one looked about the same size roughly as the one before it. So I was like, that'll do.
Yeah, and like, so you don't have to make them all the same size too, right? So like if I wanted to, I'll do it right now. I've decided this red one is going to be shorter than the other. So I'm immediately just did like a little cluster, and I'm going to switch back to blue. When you switch between the same color, I recommend like pulling to the end of your strings and just sort of lining them up and seeing which one is the short one and grabbing the long one. So I'm switching back to blue, but I want to use the string I haven't used before that's blue. So I grab the long one out of the cluster. But this is me. And if you, as you get used to them and practice more, like you can be like, oh, I'm going to use way more blue than white. So I'm going to make my blue string a little bit longer. But that just sort of takes.
That takes planning.
A little bit. Yeah. And I, again, not that precise.
My brain is still puzzling over Emerald's question earlier about other crafts you can do with friends.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to think about that. Like, what is good? I mean, doing art together is always fun. Like, I haven't actually really done with a larger group of people like a paint and sip type thing, but you know, doing painting with people can be fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. I tried doing a Bob Ross paint night.
What?
Where you like follow along with Bob Ross. I can't remember if they're still on Netflix.
I think it was last time I looked, but
oh, okay, nice. But so the downfall of my attempt was I was trying to use watercolors, and watercolors don't mix.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like,
yeah.
take your burnt sienna and mix it with this other color. And I was like, I can't do that. It's just diluted now. But it was fun.
That's the main point.
Yeah.
Typed mine. Which is also the thing that can happen. If you are like me and you pull too hard on your bracelet and untape it, once you get to a further spot, you can tape it a little bit higher and like tape it right over that knot. Because I had taped it just over the loop before, and that sort of helps with the grippiness. I got this doohickey thing for making macrame that like suction cups to your table, and then you push it down. Unfortunately, this is too rough of a surface, but it works really well on my lap desk and on some of these stools in my house and my like dining room table. So it suctions down, and then that's like a good gentle, if you're gentle on it, like you can use that to suction your bracelet straight. Yeah, I got them for, I buy a lot of craft kits, and yeah, I did macrame recently.
Oh, cool.
It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Was it, what did you make macrame? Was it like
I made like a plant hole. It also had paper clay in it, and I made like clay pots, and then which paper clay just so you can air dry. And then I made macrame hangers for it, and I made some beads with extra clay, which was kind of fun. Yeah, macrame is not too hard. It's just turns out like the thing they taught was just a different kind of bracelet that I used to make in summer camp. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Emerald, I agree. I think it would also be fun to like have multiple crafts going at the same time where everybody's just kind of chilling and doing their craft of choice.
Yeah. I used to go to a knitting circle when I first moved to a different city than I live in now. And it was fun. And then I took a break from knitting and only recently got back into it. But a knitting circle would be a lot of fun. Made a lot of dishcloths for my family for the holidays. Very easy.
Nice.
What other crafts do people do? Does anyone on this channel do crafts that's here right now?
Do you mean in the call or in the chat?
In the call, in the chat, everybody.
Oh yeah, I definitely do a lot of different ones at a very low level. I don't have any that I feel like I'm a super master at, but I enjoy doing them. Jen and I have been, talking about resin crafts lately.
Oh, nice.
I do a lot of resin work.
Chat, my camera just
essential oils, which is a craft.
That's true. I do. Oh, what happened? Okay, well, that's fine.
Oh, my camera might have cut out for a minute. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you
No,
talking about
on my
bracelet?
side. No, yeah, my
Oh,
bracelet.
nice.
Yeah. It seems fine.
Jannae, let me know like if we should switch at any point to the second variety of bracelet, because I'll just keep tying knots.
Oh,
Now
I
that
don't-
everyone sort of has this mastered, we can teach the other style
Yeah,
whenever.
okay.
But it's totally up to you.
Okay, let's see everyone's progress.
Yeah.
And
How we
then-
doing?
Good. It's not a mountain range.
Oh, beautiful.
Yay. Oh, dang. Those look
Nice.
like they're really far along. Nice. Mine is not that far along. I will untape it. Hang on. Or maybe it looked that way because you're holding it close to the camera. I'm not sure, but mine is like,
Probably.
oh, okay. I was like, it looked like it's really, yeah.
I also discovered my strings aren't the same width.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
It's fine.
that's unique though. It'll give it like a nice texture, right?
Yeah.
Mine got kind of tangled in a couple places where things got turned around a little bit.
Other Alyssa, if you're still crafting along, I'm curious how yarn is going, or when you try it. Did you have yarn, Julie? You had a thread too, right?
Like thin yarn.
Yeah.
I went to the yarn shop and I was like, do you have embroidery thread? And they were like, we have thin yarn.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Thinnest yarn.
I can't believe they didn't. That seems like they would have embroidery thread too.
No, it's
Only yarn.
They're very specific. Yarn only.
cotton pearl number 5
Oh, cool.
or 3 and number 5.
Looks good though. I like your pattern of like the purple and the white.
Yeah, when it's at little stripes.
Nice.
I've been doing some beading lately.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh.
I find it relaxing.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Until you like accidentally knock your tray and they all go all over the place.
That's fair.
That's the only thing. Like I just started beading again as well. And I
Huh.
forgot why I stopped until that happened.
And if you have cats, they will take everything.
Oh, fair.
I didn't
Yeah.
think
Are
of-
there like pet safe crafts?
You can do the pet paw, like cement blocks to put in your garden. Those are adorable.
I think about when I'm knitting, like if I had a cat, it would be a disaster. I don't have a pet right now, so it's safe, but like I think a lot of crafts can be meddled with by pets.
It's a big concern, yeah.
Yeah, pets are pretty good at figuring out some way to get in the middle of a craft. They really are.
But we still love you guys. Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, you're talking about us.
Yeah, as they're like streamed around me. Like no, they've definitely walked through my paint when I've been painting before.
No.
Oh,
And like Gazzy somehow always gets her foot caught up when I'm knitting in the yarn, and it's like a whole drama show. And
Oh yeah.
Is that a cat?
no, she's like a cat. She's our dog from the streets, our street dog. She acts like a cat though.
Yeah. I got my cat here, but he's fast asleep. I'm sure he would be trying to kill the thread if he was not.
Right. How are we feeling about this one? Do you think we're ready to
Good.
go on to the other
yeah.
variation?
Like, do you think you can finish this on your
Yeah.
own? And that means
yeah.
we've taught you it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I've got
Alright,
the pattern
cool.
down. I don't know if it'll look great at the end, but it'll. I've got the
I've
pattern.
Thrown away the pattern. I'm just
Just going
doing
wild.
them until I feel like switching colors.
Fair.
But GGC colors. Cool. Yeah, let's do a swap. Teach the next one using the same knot, but a little bit different pattern with it. Cool. So for the next one, I had said an arm's length. I'm pointing like you can see me, but an arm's length. I'm gonna hold my arms out even though you can't. For this next one, I would do like an arm's length and a half.
Oh boy. Okay.
to make a complete bracelet, right? So like just for chat's sake, we haven't finished this, but this should be like when you want to finish it off. Maybe we can go over this at the end too. You want to make sure like just test it to the wrist you're tying to, or someone else's wrist, or just generally wrist size before you finish off. And I can show how to finish off after either of
So
them.
we'll just kind of set those aside and get new
Yeah.
ones.
Let's just switch
same
patterns.
number or
Same number. Yeah, I would still do 6. You can, for this one, and for any of these, really do whatever amount of colors you want. But I think 3 strings, so that you have 6 total once you tie it in half, is a good number. And y'all crafting with me, don't let me forget to show like a quick way to tie it off at the end, because I will forget. But how to finish off your bracelet when you're done. Which I can use this for
mine, especially since we're probably not going to end up finishing it during the stream. I'm still working with the arm's length because those are the pre-cut sizes I have on hand.
Oh yeah,
here.
That's true. It should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like this one. I did an arm's length, and it's like I didn't finish it yet, but it should be more than fine.
Okay.
Gotta get when I finish
more
it,
strands out.
You'll be fine.
Oh, the hardest part for me is just choosing which colors to use.
Right? I'm just gonna keep GGC coloring it.
Yeah, I remembered to think ahead about the origami paper, but then forgot to think ahead about getting different embroidery. So I just had to make do with what I had, which was mostly sashiko thread.
Need to show you that what I did was somehow tie this in a loop while I was trying to like get it to an arm's length, almost exactly like at the ends, and I don't know how. So I'm just gonna cut that and pretend that nothing happened. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. Like, I guess I should have got a ruler and done it properly on stream, but I don't, like I said, not precise about anything except baking, because that seems important.
Yeah.
What to do? I'm gonna use the same colors. Thanks for inviting me to do this, Twitch team.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Fun. I hope it's going okay. I hope people are learning things.
Yes.
Or at least using creative juices.
Yes.
That's good with me.
Very soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing the practice ones the other night to send to put, I think they're on stream. I have that window covered right now, but words are hard. It's hard to measure and talk at the same time, I'm realizing. To send to put up on the stream. And I was like, oh, this is very relaxing. I forgot. And this one you'll see. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, the problem I guess with sashiko thread versus like regular embroidery, is that it's kind of meant to gather up and knot up a little bit, and so when you're trying to like spread it out, it doesn't really love that.
Wait, what's that thread for? I'm unfamiliar.
So sashiko thread is like, it's a little bit thicker, and it's kind of meant for, it's a hand embroidery thread that I'm just starting to learn.
Nice.
So it's just basically hand embroidery for like doing mending and patches, but you do like cool geometric patterns and that sort of thing. So you're sort of incorporating, you're making the patching and altering stand down on purpose, as opposed to trying to make it hidden, which I find I chose as a new hobby to try to pick up, because it sounds very, very chill, because I don't have to worry about flaws as much.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I just tied a big old knot in this by accident. So 1 second. Stand by.
Please stand by, yes.
We'll get there. For anyone who is working faster than me, what you're going to do is once again tie it in half, or fold it in half and tie a loop at the top. So you've got 6 equal-ish length threads hanging down. And I would be less stubborn about getting this knot out, but I don't have very much blue thread left, and I'm kind of on this GGC color train now. I'm into it.
My cat is awake now, and it's immediately become a problem.
Please keep us posted.
immediately.
That's funny. So it's the same loop at the top though.
Yep, same look
Okay.
at the top.
Just double checking. Are we gonna get kitty cam, Robin cam?
Ooh.
Yeah. Distract everyone while I untangle these
Oh,
knots.
hey.
Oh,
Oh, sweetie. Oh, he looks like he just woke up for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this?
Kitty's kitty.
right.
Yes.
I'm distracted by the cat.
The crab
Okay.
cat.
I am going to once again sort of fold these in half and tie this knot now that I am untangled at the top. So just tie a little loop around your finger and pull the loop through, or whichever way you please. Just give yourself a little starting point and a little loop. Now that I'm like making this, I'm like, was the loop just to stick it through a pipe cleaner? Or not a pipe cleaner, a safety pin in my youth to pin it to my jeans or my shoelace? Probably. But it works for me. So
I thought you were making
good-
it sort of buttons method.
it could be for a button at the end. Yeah. But I don't, or I use it to like tie it on. Which I can show with this finished one when we're done. I'm gonna give myself new tape because I made that one unsticky. So once again, if you want somewhere to attach it to, like a table, you can tape it down. Or if you've got a safety pin, you can stick it through your jeans. Or I'm just having a visceral memory of putting it like in my shoelace when I was a kid and like sitting cross-legged. Also, when I used to make these at like summer camp, they used to get really dirty because they'd like drop them in the ground all the time or like faster. Anyways.
Guess that adds up. Yeah.
And we don't put them in our mouth and do it upside down because that's no longer sanitary and probably wasn't in the 90s. But here we are. Cool. Does everyone have a starting point-ish? Or a cat that is preventing
Yeah.
a starting point?
He is
Cool.
sitting on it. He's gonna have to move.
You just have to get all of the cats in there and get all of their tails and just start. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love that. They'd
Yeah.
love that. Even pretending like you were going to do it, I'm sure it would go great.
So for this one, you have to sort of decide right at the beginning what order you want the stripes to go in. So I'll show this again. And it's hard to see because I picked a rainbow thread that immediately started with green, which was another one of my colors. But I started with white and then rainbow thread and then green. So you can see it again. It goes white, orange, green, white, red, rainbow, green. And then this is where it gets festive and then to purple, white, and green. Anyways. So you sort of want to pick the order you want to go in and take your strings and place them like in that pattern, kind of in a, I'm not really sure how to describe this, but like a rake, essentially. So I'm going to do blue, red, yellow. So I'm going to make kind of this like rake style situation just to keep them separate to start.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
this is actually familiar from doing the paracord belt. I have a feeling that these are going to be a similar pattern.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's single. We're not doubling up the colors.
Yeah. So, and that's
right.
the other,
Okay.
so an option if anyone wants to take it is if you wanted to make thicker rows. So here I've got single rows like white, rainbow, green, white, rainbow, green. You could do thicker pattern. So you could do 2 blue, 2 red, 2 yellow in your fan, and that would just make 2 stripes at a time.
Oh.
So basically you'll have 6 alternating stripes, but because we've got 3 colors, you can make them be in the same order.
Okay.
Or you could do like blue, blue, red, red, yellow, yellow, and then you'll just get thicker stripes. So that's the like creativity. Does that make sense?
I'm scared, but I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah. So like I've got these colors. This is the pattern I'm going to go in. If I wanted to, I could put like red here, and then I would have a single blue, 2 reds, single yellow, single blue, single yellow, and then alternating. I'm going to keep it in the same order for the sake of teaching, but you know, if someone wants to do a double color, I'm not going to stop them. So once you have this rake, you're going to start with the leftmost. Jenn, you could try and do rightmost again if you really wanted to, but my brain goes this way. So You're going to start with the leftmost color. And again, we're going to do the 4 knot, but we're only going to go over the first color to the right.
Okay.
So I'm going to take this blue one and make my 4 over just the red and pull it through. And again, here, the just pulling just till you get a little bit of resistance is pretty key. And I'm going to immediately tangle up my rake. But we can bring it back. It's fine. So if you take that next color or the one immediately to the right and do a single knot around it, again, just pull just till you get resistance. And then we're going to do a second one over the same string. So same string, again, make the 4 and go over and under this red one, which is my second color. And pull up just until you get a little bit of resistance. And it looks a little confusing at the beginning, and it might get a little bunched at the top, but it gets, it evens itself out pretty easily into the like proper stripes. Everyone get 2 knots? So then you're going to take the next color in your rake, which we're going to pretend mine's still a rake, but my next one would be this next yellow.
This is the one that you folded over the first time, or
you take the same one you folded into the 4 is still going to be your 4 all the way across.
Oh, okay. It's still, so you're still working with the, okay.
You're still working with this one, but your one you're tying around, thanks for the clarifying question, but is going to be the next one in your rake.
Okay.
Anyone has another thing that's not a rake? I'm like trying to think of a word that is on the tip of my tongue.
It's descriptive. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the 4 again 2 times around this next string in the rake. And again, just pull up until you just meet some resistance. And we keep going through the rake. If you're doing exact alternating colors, this third one would be the same color. But if you're doing a different pattern, then it's whatever your third one in your desired pattern is.
Yeah, for me, most of them are sort of the same color because I only have that one, the one thread in there that's different color.
Yeah, so it'll be like a little bit harder to like keep track of, but it becomes easier to see once you get a few lines down here, essentially. So I'm going to do 2 knots again, making my 4, going underneath and around this third string in the rake and pulling up to the top. And same thing, always try and do it twice because that just sort of makes the pattern cleaner and clearer and gets you the knot you want. So do it twice and then switch strings. My rake is in the right order because I'm doing red, yellow, blue. So then I'm going to take it to the second red string for mine to maintain my pattern red, yellow, blue, and do 2 knots again. Ooh, I'm going to take an excess bit of yellow string with me. This one feels tanglier than my last one. Oh, and some extra blue string. Realize I'm leaving this desk a little bit of a mess on the stream, but it's too late now.
That's part of the crafting experience. It's authentic.
So true.
We do not want to lie to our viewers on GeekGirlCon streams. Represent the raw facts of crafting.
And then I am moving on to my 5th string in the rake and doing, which is yellow, and making my last 2 4 knots with the blue string. Let me know when y'all are at the end. I am going to stop. Sorry, chat. I have not been paying attention, but I see a lot of my favorite emote, so I am pleased.
What emote is it?
It is one of our GeekGirlCon avatars, and this, I think she's the tabletop one, I'm pretty sure. Nice. But they all have different emotions, and so we have avatars for GeekGirlCon that are for tabletop and video games and science and activities and something else I'm remembering, but if anyone else remembers, please let me know.
No, most of my familiarity with them was with this, like when we got the emoji set up.
So when we are able to have an in-person con, we have giant Jewel, thank you. Jewel is my fave.
Jewel.
They all have names, and when we have an in-person con, we have these big cutout avatars of them at the different stations. So they're like little mascot friends for each different area of the con, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, that's right. I remember the cutouts. Okay, yeah.
And obviously the video games and tabletop ones are my favorite because I'm 100% biased towards games as the manager of gaming. So is anyone ready for the next row?
So yes, with a question, with a caveat. Is this at this point the one that we used and we crossed all the way across? It's on the right now, pretty much, right?
It sure is.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So this blue one here that you see was the one I started with on the left, and it's now on the right. So to start the next row, we're going to again go look at our rake. If it's gotten tangled, you can kind of take a look at the top to see which order it is. It'll start to become even more clear, but you can, the knotting on top of each of them helps you sort of see the pattern and keep it in order. So if you like later get halfway through and toss it aside, it becomes really easy to like redo your rake.
Oh, that's nifty. It's very helpful.
Does that make, you can kind of see it. I don't know how good it is there, but yeah, you can probably see it on your own bracelet too. So to make the second row, we're going to start with our leftmost string, which in my case is red. And once again, move our way across the rake. So I will do 2 knots of this red string on the left over its friend on the right, the yellow one. And make 2 4 knots. Again, just pulling until you just get resistance. It becomes a little bit easier to pull too hard on this one and make the other color pop through. Just because it's thinner.
Now I'm reviewing and wondering if I remember to do 2 every time or not.
Well, it's the first row, so it's totally fine.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's
You're
true.
gonna tie it up. Also, it would be totally fine either way.
Yeah, fair.
So you then again work your way through the rake. So I started with yellow. You can kind of see the knots around the yellow. I'm going to move on to blue. And I'm going to use the same red string and work its way across the ladder and tie 2 knots around blue. And then always in the middle, if you're doing this alternating pattern, you'll tie it with its color friend in the middle. If that's the pattern you've chose. Again, you can do what you will. Yeah, once you like get a hang for this, you can use 2 colors and do like 2 thick stripes and a thin stripe, or whatever pattern. And I've seen these done with lots of different strings. I sort of think 6 is a good spot to start with, just for the thickness of the bracelet, but you can make them as wide as you want. Basically, like this is 5 strings wide because I use 6 pieces of embroidery thread, 3 folded in half. But if you added more, this would just get wider.
See.
I'm going to not. Sometimes I like only tie 1 and then I'm like, how many have I done? So I try really hard to finish at the end of a row if I'm going to take a break. Doesn't always happen.
That makes sense. Get all the way to the end. Yeah. I've heard similar things from people who you would know, I guess you all would know, crocheting and knitting. Seems like you kind of have to know where you're stopping.
Yeah.
I don't ever. That's probably.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's what I've just heard. I don't know at all.
No, you probably should. You should probably really pay attention to that. But I do not. I don't know why.
Hey, whatever's bringing you joy.
Yeah, I just did. I'm like, cool. I did a thing, and then I just get lost in it, and then I forget which knot I'm using. It's good to have like little pins and stuff to remind you.
Awesome. So I'm just going to proceed to the 3rd row. So again, you've now brought this red string or your leftmost string all the way to the right. And you're going to start with the leftmost string and keep tying those 4s.
Right.
And by doing it left to right and tying the like forward 4 and not the reverse 4, we are making the pattern slant down this way. But if you did go backwards, like you wanted to get creative with it, it would slant the other way. Or if you wanted to be left-handed and have it be a little easier for you. It just, the vertical stripes go the other way.
If you want to be left-handed.
Trust
If
me,
you
we
wanted-
didn't choose
sorry.
this life.
That was bad, terrible phrasing. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
If you want to tie your knots in the way that makes it much easier for probably Jenn and Christina, you can get the pattern going the other way.
Can you switch in the
Hey,
middle?
Probably. I don't know. Look, I told you I was teaching the basics here. Kid-friendly crafts. But yeah, I think you can. I know there's also a really cool one that sort of does like a V shape. If you tie from the out, you have to have the same color on the outside and make your way in. So your break would be like red, blue, yellow, yellow, blue, red. I think I said that the right way. And then you tie them in opposite fours. And then I don't recall the knot in the middle that you do to tie them and make the center one, but I'm pretty sure it's on the internet. So that's like a fun and easy one. Also using basically the same pattern of knot until at least the middle. So
Nice.
yeah. I feel like I could have done a lot more cool bracelets if I had YouTube when I was young, and this is me dating myself, I think, because I don't know when YouTube showed up. But not when I was making friendship bracelets in middle school.
No, I didn't have internet until high school.
Right, that makes me feel better. I'm so pleased with the color scheme of these.
You should just make a whole bunch for the shop. Let people donate. And buy.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. And time consuming.
That's
Money
true.
here.
Yeah, that is the thing.
By like Con 2024, I will have made one for everyone on staff. It gets a little faster. I'm trying to go slow in case anyone needs a review, but once you get faster, like you don't have to make the 4 so intentionally. You can like hold your left hand or right hand and kind of like tuck it around your pointer finger. Sort of what I've been doing. Like knitting and crochet, which I think have more proper ways to hold your stuff. You can sort of get better at it as you figure out the right way to hold things. There is a trick if you ever forget how many you've tied out of 2, you can flip it over and you can see the little creases of the 2 dots.
Oh.
Because on the reverse side, it actually has a bit of a different pattern. It loops all the way around the rope.
I see.
Yeah,
I think the main thing that was going wrong with mine is that I maybe was being a little too gentle about how I was pulling it for resistance, and so I have a lot of gaps between.
You can try and do like a little bit of like the nail pinch it up if you want, but
yeah,
those are cool too. It takes, I mean, a little bit of practice and like depending on like the string you're using, etc.
Sure, makes sense.
It suddenly looks like a cool stripy thing. It does. It's sort of magic. You sort of like with this one, I like it because, oh, I just almost did the wrong color around the wrong color. Let's fix that. Blue, I'm on the blue string right now. It kind of like unveils a pattern after a while and you're like, oh, I'm doing it right. But it kind of takes a bit to notice it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I did what Christina did it a little too loose at the beginning. But yeah, I got the hang of it pretty well.
Yeah.
and
Jenn, are you doing it backwards?
I am doing it backwards.
Oh, nice. Sorry,
Or
did
are
you
we
start
doing
on
it
the
backwards?
right side? Yeah.
I'm just a lefty. I'm just kidding.
As I was doing the practice ones for these, I noticed like this is technically a simpler pattern, the like twisty thing, but I had to pay attention more to like try and get consistent width. But this one, you can sort of just like zone out into your show or whatever, because the pattern kind of just, you don't have to count essentially. All of this is about no counting and no measuring. Because it just repeats the same thing left to right over and over again, you don't really have to pay attention.
I do like that.
Except to count to 2. So
sometimes I lose track.
It's okay, Jannae. We all do.
Camera did its every half an hour refresh there for a second. Sorry, chat. Should be back.
My babies pushed everything away so I could pet them.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is a good moment.
Yeah, I ended up, even though, even the left-handedness, I ended up just following along anyways, just because starting from left to right still made sense to me. And I was worried if I tried to do it from right to left, it'd be confusing.
You can see here, I have managed to twist this around through the loop twice. Wouldn't recommend that. So we're going to undo that before I tighten it. I don't know how, but I did. I looped it twice.
Here, let me let you guys out. You don't have to sit here. Come here, babies.
Yeah, this is I forgot how much I enjoyed this until I redid it to like teach it on this thing. So it is very soothing. I had friendship bracelet supplies at my wedding, which is how Jannae found out I could make them. I think someone told. I don't know how that rumor got circulated. No one at con was there, but apparently I've talked about it. So mostly just because I wasn't on staff yet when that happened. And I'm sure that this embroidery thread might be left over from that, to be 100% honest. But I have a lot of craft supplies that I don't know where they came from. I'm glad you're having a chill and nice time. Do the jump. It is very like, I don't know, very soothing. How's everyone's progress? How many stripes have you made or lines?
Ooh, might be on my 4th. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm on my 4th. I'm having different size strings are causing a little bit of a problem with this one.
That's fair. That makes sense.
This color is not completely covering when it goes across, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work.
It'll look great no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wiggle room, I feel like.
Another trick, if you're like doing, like you just want this general like texture, but say you want to do all the same color, or you are doing that because that's what you have, just to keep it square, you can number, like put a piece of washi tape at the end, or masking tape, and number your strings.
That's a
Oh,
smart
yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
Oh.
Pro tip.
That is a trick I learned from the macrame kit I bought. They're like, tape them because they're all the same color. And I was like, that's genius.
So glad you did that kit because I've been looking at it, like wanting, because I have a lot of plants to do one.
Mhm.
But again, I was scared of the knots.
I could probably teach you if you got the supplies. It's not that bad at all.
Oh, I get the supplies for you to teach me.
Yeah.
Sounds like
But
Yeah.
it does
like
actually.
Push
That's
GeekGirlCon.
fair. I could probably teach a stream on it. It takes a long time, but we could teach the basics and people could compile on their own time. Because much like friendship bracelets, it's like once you teach it the pattern, you're like, and we're just quietly crafting together.
Yeah, we need chat to fire some more random questions at us.
Yeah. Right? AMA, we are crafting. Ask us anything.
Ask us anything. Yep. I am like, I don't know when this will actually get finished, but I'm curious with the rainbow thread how it's going to end up in the end, because I do feel like it could look cool if I did it right.
Because you're using all rainbow thread, right?
Well, I have white, like silvery white in the middle as well. So
Oh,
mine might
cool.
also turn out like yours. I don't actually, mine doesn't have a lot of green on it. So I'm not sure if it would turn
Mine had
out quite so
a lot of
Christmassy.
green. Green and red is really what happened. And they were kind of close to each other. Down at the bottom there got to be some yellow. Anyways, it was fun adventure. It was because I think it wouldn't feel so festive if the other colors I were using weren't green and white. But here we are. I just realized that these are GGC colors, but also they really remind me of Captain Marvel now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Fits both.
Yeah.
Oh, something has gone wrong.
No.
Uh-oh.
Every time someone says that, I assume it's like my camera or my stream.
No, it's not you. It's on my side. I have to undo some tangles or undo some threads here.
Okay.
Oh no. I might
How
disappear
many
off stream.
layers of embroidery thread does it take to make armor good enough to add +1 to my AC? I think it depends on how much magic you put into it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Magic of friendship.
Is it enchanted? Yeah.
This is probably a hospitality craft.
Thank you, a dog color.
I might make my D&D character make all of my party friendship bracelets in the near future. That might be coming into my brain.
Yes.
Ooh.
Undo, Control Z.
Yeah.
I see what you mean about the not flipping inside out.
Yeah. I don't, it's hard to explain it, but now that you see it, it's like, oh, that's what it does. Yeah. Oh no, this thing just happened where I paused everyone, yellow to yellow. And I think, okay, there we go. I didn't know which one was the right string after tying one knot, which is, cautionary tale about, I think I got it.
Yep, that's exactly the thing that's happened to me a couple of times where it's just like when I had the rainbow together, I looked away or said something and then it came back and I was like, oh yeah,
you can
was that?
See it once you do two of them a little bit clearer, like which one's kind of it basically like as you pull up into the left, it kind of goes that way, up and to the right, sorry. But
that's true. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hint.
Messing up my tape.
Goblin Moon. Hello, Goblin Moon. Question is if it's a masterwork piece first.
Oh, is this in response to the AC question?
The D&D thing.
That sounds like a D&D rule.
Yeah, that's a D&D. Masterwork is like a better armor.
I'm very intrigued.
You're more recent at that than you've played more recently than me. I was gonna say.
Me, D&D?
Yeah, don't you say?
Yes, but like with crafts, I'm not very precise. And when I have to be precise, I'm like, why? Let me just make this thing up.
Just do it and see what happens.
I'd try all the time. So I don't know the rules of a lot of things. I know the basic core loop of the game. I'm very intrigued to see the paracord versions of these.
Can you get down, Gazzy? Thank you.
That do the jump is making.
Yes.
Just run into Christina's room real quick and shout. Just kidding.
I was gonna say that he's technically in my house, so he can in fact bring a piece forward.
That might have been just like a subtle, like, just text it to me later, even.
Yeah.
We can. And yeah, if anyone's crafting along and like ever wants to like tag us on social, make sure you post stuff. Make sure you do that so we can see like crafts that are done.
Yeah, I would love to see what people do.
I need a better strategy or better tape than this, I think.
I just started holding it with my hand and separating with my fingers.
That's why it's just easier to do it reverse and hold it in your teeth and be unsanitary. Just kidding. I won't do that to anyone's friendship bracelets.
Hey, so technically you were doing it left-handed if you were doing it reverse, right?
Probably. I don't remember, but probably. I probably was going the way I read when I did it that way. So I probably was getting the like downward into the. Wait, did a paracord? Oh, did it just appear?
Yes, it did. It just appear. Once I tie the one that I'm working on, I'll hold it up.
Don't make sure you finish your line.
Yeah, I didn't finish my line, but I know where I was, so we're good. We're okay. Okay. She's got.
That's so cool.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's great.
Nice. That's very good. Oh, I want to try it with this now. That seems easier to me than like tiny. I'm not good with tiny things. Tiny threads, tiny beads. I have trouble with that.
I bet this would look really good with different color leather.
Oh, a leather.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
I did a bad thing. By that I mean I'm just confused.
Oh
Everything's
no.
okay.
Our
It's the
leader's
middle. It's
confused.
the middle thing again. It's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna tie the knot and tie the second one, and it will be fine. Or it won't, and it'll still look beautiful.
No one will know.
Yeah, I do want to try like a 8-strand or a 10-strand soon, but
Oh dear. I just had a phone alarm go off in the middle of doing it, and now I don't know where I was. And I
Oh, no.
oh okay. And 10 strands sounds scary. At least where I'm at right now, it sounds scary.
yeah. Oh, and a rainbow one looks cool too if you've got all the colors of the rainbow and do them in
Oh.
Roy G. Biv order. That can look really neat. How much tape is enough tape? If I just put this other tape over top.
Thanks for being my little friendship buddy. This is gonna be you.
Yeah.
This is gonna be your collar.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
here,
stylish.
Christina. Did you say hi, Christina? Sorry I barked at you so much. You didn't.
How's everyone's progress going?
Good. I
Feeling
switched back to the other one. I know.
Oh,
that-
nice.
Yeah, but I was like, I want to finish this one.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Oh, that looks awesome. I sort of like that thicker thread or
Yeah.
yarn. Sorry, the yarn.
Oh, I
stuff
missed
people
it.
would
Can I
be
see it?
sad.
It's got a little bit of leakage of the red here.
Oh,
Oh, it still looks good though.
good.
What are these colors of? It's like red, white, and black.
Oh, it's familiar. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Gives me like romance book vibes or something.
Ask Jannae. She seems to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jannae, you know all the flags. You're a flag expert now.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of.
If you had
What?
yellow, it'd be Spanish, like the Spanish flag.
I'm only thinking of like Cruella, honestly.
Oh,
Hello, Deville.
Wait, isn't that just like the black and white, or is it red as
Oh,
well?
I think
Splash
she
of
has
red.
like a red lining in her coat.
Ah,
It
okay,
is the red because she also isn't in the new one. She wear red lipstick or something.
That's fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
and
I
the
haven't seen the new one yet.
it's good. It's
Oh,
better than I
It's
thought
worth
it
a
would be.
watch. Yeah,
Okay,
actually, it
okay.
surprised me. I was not expecting the movie that I got.
Okay.
I have a good friend who likes like vintage fashion stuff, and she really loved the it takes place in the 70s, and so just like all the costume design and stuff surrounding that. And then she told me that, and then that got me to watch it, and so I watched for that while I was watching it, and I really
Oh.
enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah. I think they were just nominated for an Oscar for costumes.
Sounds right.
I could see that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cruella makes really cool dresses in the thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. I liked it. It is worth a watch.
Okay. I will add it to
Um,
my list because I do
as-
need something to watch.
As someone who was a diehard 101 Dalmatians fan, as in my youth.
Mhm.
You have the stuffed puppies.
I don't think I had stuffed puppies. I had a lot of Dalmatian stuffed animals that weren't like official Disney ones, but I did have this. I still have one of them. There's like little figurines of like about. Oh, I'm holding my figure. Like you can see me. Little figurines, of the Dalmatian tour, like a set of them that you played with, and I
Oh.
still have one, and it is weirdly in my car. It sort of followed me around. So
That's
I
adorable.
got it.
This
with-
just brought back a memory where I had a little automated Dalmatian from that movie, like a little, the versions of robot dogs that we had back in that day, which was basically just something that sort of shuffled and, opened its mouth.
Ew.
Yes.
Yeah, I bought the kit with my grandma gave me $20 American because I lived in Canada at the time. when I went to Disneyland when I was little, and that was like with my dad, and then she gave me like $20, and that was the thing I picked out from the shelf. I'm pretty sure my dad had to pay like taxes, but that was my choice, and I still have one of them. So
Aw. I like that there's such a good memory associated with it too.
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
sweet.
and it was really cool. Like I found the Dalmatian in my like dad's storage locker one, like when I was an adult. Like I was like in a weird box, and there was only one left, like by itself. But I was like, well, I'll keep this. It's small enough. But I forgot about it until I found that one. So
Do you remember which Dalmatian it was?
I think it might be Lucky. Like I've
Oh.
looked at the video to be like the set had all of the like ones with names. But the one I found I think was Lucky, which is extra cute.
What was the name of the Dalmatian that didn't have spots in 102 Dalmatians?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't even remember if I saw 102 Dalmatians. I probably did. It was around that time I would have seen it.
Yeah, my little brother definitely saw it because he was obsessed and he had the stuffed animals, but I don't remember names of them.
In that first like live action one they made with Glenn Close ?
Yes.
The Horace and Jasper are played by the guy who plays House
Mhm.
on House,
Yeah.
and Arthur Weasley from Harry
Yep.
Potter. And it's like this weird combination of like nerdery that I appreciate. And you're like, wow, they've done much more things since this. But like, it's weird when you look at them and you're like, that is them. But out of context.
Hello, long hair, don't stare 42. Love Emma Stone, they said.
Oh, yeah.
Me
Emma Stone
too.
was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she's also good in Cruella, and that's why you should also see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that just kind of that I was hesitant, that made me hesitant to watch it was I just like recognized Emma Stone and I was like, but you're not British. This is throwing me off and I think I'm going to be too distracted. But I'll give it a
That's
try.
fair. I guess if you had that in your head, like I guess it'd been long enough for me that I just didn't even think about it really.
Cruella has like a very distinct Cruella voice in the movies that like doesn't sound like a typical, but it's like Cruella's accent to me. I'm sure it's probably from somewhere in the like cartoon, and I think Emma Stone like nails that. That's my hot take.
Okay.
Just adding more and more tape to try and stop us from sliding.
Something that was not on Alyssa's screen went wrong. It's something with me again. Oh.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
I wanted to try
appreciate
and
it.
like front load preventing the worry on that one.
Disney keeps making their villains into heroes in these new movies. That is true. I wonder who's next. There's probably one next that's announced.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if they have announced something.
Alyssa Prime couldn't believe that they could make us like someone that was known for killing puppies. That's valid.
Yeah. I was really concerned about that going into the movie because it's like I don't understand like how this could possibly be anything because this is clearly not a good person, but like they changed things enough that it's like okay, well that's not really her deal in the movie.
You will like her and you will like everyone else in it.
Yeah.
And you will like
well, you'll like her some of the time, and sometimes intentionally you will not like her, but not for killing puppies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that's fair. It'd be like, don't worry, no puppies die.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Opposite of a content warning. Oh, I bet it's on what's that website? There's a website to avoid that.
Oh, does the dog die?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a useful website.
Oh, Ursula. Disney's taking suggestions. That would be great.
Ursula's awesome.
Yeah. Another misunderstood. I feel like she's already misunderstood. She was just trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was just trying to like make sure Ariel didn't marry someone she'd only seen one time, which is totally valid. She was just trying to protect her.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I go down rabbit holes of reading Twitter
I think
threads of
that's true. Like my
misunderstood
favorite,
villains.
yeah. I think my favorite Disney is Ursula and Maleficent. Those two are the
Mhm.
most misunderstood.
I didn't know that doesthedogdie.com or whatever the website is has other phobias on it. That is a good tip. Thank you.
I didn't know that either.
Like, I would love to never see big spiders in a movie ever again.
Oh gosh.
I wonder if that's on there.
Goblin Moon also says, have they made any of the guy villains heroes though?
Hmm.
No, actually.
I'm trying to think.
Which ones? Yeah, let me.
like-
Yeah, I need some examples.
Jafar.
Oh, Jafar.
I
Oh,
can see
but
one where
Hades?
Jafar is redeemed.
Hades.
It is.
I feel like Hades in Hercules is like kind of already funny. Like I kind of
Yeah.
already like relate to him. Or not relate to him, but like empathize with him, I guess.
Yeah. For sure. Trying to think of what other Scar?
Scar. Oh yeah, Apocalypse just said Scar.
Oh yeah.
You'd need to like not murder.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna say. I
yeah.
assume that the caveat with all of these is that it would be a sort of cruel situation where they would change it enough where they are not a murderer of
Worst.
animals or children or people. Like it has to be a retelling in a different light.
How are we feeling
Captain
about
Hook?
Gaston?
Oh, sorry.
What's
Oh,
that?
what? Sorry?
How are we feeling about Gaston?
I like Gaston.
I like
Do
the
you?
son's song.
I
Yeah.
think that he has. I think that he, besides being egotistical and his obviously not so great points, I mean, I feel like he could be redid in a nice, remastered. I'm sorry, I'm a narcissist and almost tried to kill your lover way.
Sorry, I'm a narcissist.
Wait, I think there's supposed to be a Disney Plus series that's like a Beauty and the Beast prequel coming out
Okay.
Dang.
that I know. Well, what's his name? The actor that played Gaston in the live action. He's gonna be in it.
Oh, nice.
I think it might focus on him and LeFou.
Aw.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be our
Love
Um,
that.
that one.
Okay. And they
Yeah.
kind of took that out of the live action.
Quick question, Jannae. How long do you think the stream's gonna go?
Oh, well, how are people feeling?
Because I was gonna let the puppies out, but I didn't want to disturb and be rude.
Oh, no, I mean, how do people feel about how confident do people feel about the
Yeah.
finishing
Do you
up
think
on
you
your
can
own?
finish up on your own?
Yeah, I think so. Gonna untape it so I can show my progress for the end of the stream.
Yeah.
I feel like looking at it, it's like I don't feel like I got very far, but
This one definitely takes a little bit longer and has a little bit slower progress, but there are more
Oh,
maps
nice.
involved. Oh, lovely.
Oh,
I guess I can
pretty.
show
Those are pretty.
Yeah.
there we go.
GGC collection.
Aw, look at that.
Yay.
Yay.
Before we
Um,
wrap up the 2.0, did you want to show us how you finish? Or,
Yeah, so
flat?
what
great.
you would probably do is you basically make it until it's the length of the wrist you want to put it around. There is a way to if you tied it if you had a button that you wanted to fit it through, you could use any number of these strings to weave through part of the button. So put it through the button strings and then have it attached here and just tie your favorite fastening knot, a couple double knot or whatever, around the button. So I'm trying to look around to see if I've got an example of something that's button-ish shaped, but I don't. But in that case, if you had a button picked out that you wanted to tie at the end for a fastener, you would want to have measured this loop before you started tying your knot so that the button slips through. And then since this is just a single knot, you could untie it and retie it pretty easily to get it to the right width. So it would just, I definitely don't have anything button shaped. Let's pretend this is a button. It is a piece of paper that the thread came through. You would just be able to clip it through and just as long as you could slide it through the hole, which if this was a button, it would need to be a slightly bigger hole. There we go. And then it would slide through, and since it would be attached to the other end here that you tied it on, it would just sort of sit like this. So you can kind of see like the string would be coming through the hole, and it would just like fasten on that way. And then if you wanted to loosen it, you just again flip it sideways and stick it through. I have a bunch of buttons in my storage thing, but so that's a way to do it. My strategy, if you want to go old school and leave it on forever, is to just put half your strings through the hole. It's hard to do on my own wrist. This is why they're called friendship bracelets. So I take half the strings, stick them through here. I really can't do it with my hand. Let's do it loose and then pull it tight. Stick half the strings through the loop and do through all the loops. And then imagine this was around someone's wrist, you could just tie a double knot, because the original idea of them was they stay on forever. So you'd be friends forever.
Oh, good.
But,
Very interesting.
right? And then tie that like that. And then I would probably tie it in another like double knot. But if you wanted to temporarily, you could tie it in a bow. Be able to get it off. And again, you can see that my strings on this one are not done. So once you've attached it in whichever way you want, you can trim the ends off so that they're even and also shorter. Like if you wanted to do a double knot, you could cut them off right at the end. I don't want to do a double knot because I want to put this around my wrist first. But you could trim them right at the end so that there's not loose dangly bits. And again, there's another method I saw recently that you tie, just like do just a loose braid at the end of this. And then you could tie it in a little bit of a lighter knot so that you can get it on enough. But that's my methods. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Excellent. Yay.
Fun making bracelets and chatting.
Yeah.
Would a bit of wood or a great big knot work as the toggle clasp? Yep, totally. A really big knot would work. In that case, you probably want to make your loop a little bit smaller. But you can experiment with that for sure.
This has all been very relaxing and awesome. Thank you for origami and for friendship bracelets. This has been great.
Yes.
Stick all these in the envelope.
Yes, the envelope. Yeah. If I had a completed one, I'd put it in there, but yeah.
Go. And send them to your friends.
The more bracelets you put in, the more you think they're friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yay. Okay. Well, thank you, Julie. Thank you, 2.0, for walking us through those excellent crafts. So we're going to wrap up for the night, but just wanted to call out that this month we are also supporting a scholarship fund. We'll put it in the chat to celebrate, and we're doing this to celebrate Black History Month, and the scholarship is supporting Black women going into STEM. Yay, we love that. And I think wrapping up, we're going to raid, I'm trying to find her name.
Just Lacreta.
Just Lacreta, yes, who is one of the collaborators for the scholarship, whose info is also in the chat, which could be this way or this way.
Who really knows?
Yeah. Okay. Yay. See you. Say hi, everyone, to Lacreta.
Hi. Thanks for crafting.
Thanks so much.
Thank you all.